Earlier today, we spoke with Derek Field, the District 3 City Alder who represents the area.
We asked him for his reaction to this horrific shooting.
I'm shocked. Another incident of gun violence right here, and this time involving a minor. Shocked, and then, I didn't know the individual involved, but kind of grieving in my own way that this happened right here in the district and just over the highway from me.
The second one since you've been elected as Alder in District 3.
That's right. Yep, the second shooting at the Harmony.
So what's going on, do you think?
Well, I think we have a case where, folks with a lot of high needs at this income-restricted housing property live at the edge of town, and that part of Madison has not developed quickly enough for the project that the developers chose to put there. And so you have a situation where there are a lot of folks who may have, limitations in their ability to get around town or to commute to a job or to services and resources that they need. They live on the edge of town where their neighbors are a quarry, a highway, a goat farm, and then a low density neighborhood. And so I think it's probably not the most stimulating environment for folks to live, and that snowballs into the kinds of conflicts that we're seeing unless we are very intentional about making sure that they have activities and programming and services on site, especially for the kids.
What specific comments are you hearing from your constituents about their concerns or about what they want you to be doing?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of grief for the child involved, primarily grief for the child involved in the shooting, and a lot of frustration that this should have been avoided. I think there's been some frustration before that this property has been through a nuisance abatement process in the past, whereby they qualify for some level of controlled intervention by the city, where the city tells them that they need to make progress toward abating the nuisance and then demonstrate progress on that abatement plan. A lot of folks want the abatement back. That's one of the requests that I'm getting, or that the city should do something. And I've been very frustrated to learn the role of the city's authority here. So we do have an abatement ordinance that is on the books with the city that allows the city to declare a public nuisance. And right now, we don't have enough enforcement actions within the time period we need to declare a public nuisance property. So I'm asking the city attorney's office to consider a change to that policy to consider homicides more severely, given the gravity of a homicide, so that we don't need to get to 3. That, shocking as it is to say, 2 homicides at a property is enough to declare a chronic nuisance. The city attorney's office also sent a communication just a little bit ago to the management or the company that owns the Harmony Apartments, communicating a list of improvements that we think are urgently needed in order to stabilize the property and make sure that it's more secure. That includes some things like improving the security of the parking lot so that folks can't just drive through and around the back, improving the cameras. And then I specifically asked the city attorney to include a couple of provisions about benches and garbage cans outside that are not removable to foster a cleaner, better kept, better supervised space for the kids to hang out at the property. And then the other request I added to the list was for the company to consider paid programming and directly provided on-site services for those kids. And so we very much hope to see progress on that list of items. The city attorney's office is considering other options that we are granted under state law to intervene in the property if there isn't improvement in any of those areas. And I've asked them to consider a new provision qualifying a public nuisance property in the case of homicides.
And that would allow these things to be more directly dealt with?
Yes, it would give the city more of a management role in the conduct of the property, because the fact of the matter is that the property wasn't built with any city money. So the city doesn't have much leeway to govern or manage the property. The city doesn't have much of a say otherwise in the events of the property. And so the nuisance order is a tool that gets that, yes. And so that's, I'm interested in seeing that happen again.
All right. Well, Derek, thanks for your time today. It's a rough day in your district, that's for sure.
We appreciate your time, Derek. Thanks very much.
Thank you.